lesson 19 is going to bring us into a concept called slope, which may or may not be a new topic for you. Before we can actually get to slope, we need to go through a couple of things, which will make it a whole lot easier if we make sure we know how to do these things. So the first up here, you can see by the title, graphing ordered pairs. Ordered pairs are always going to be in that form that looks like this, x comma y. And we use ordered pairs to indicate where a point is on a coordinate plane. So here's another vocab word. Coordinate plane is this whole graph right here. Okay, that's a coordinate plane, all right, where we're going to plot some points. The points are indicated by a positive or negative and an x or a y. Okay, so you can see here, we've got the x coordinate is going to go first, and the y coordinate is going to go second. If it is the x coordinate, that first number, we're going to move to the right if it's positive, and we're going to move to the left if it's negative. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on my graph down here, that on the x axis, which is right here. If I'm going this way, it's going to be a positive. If it's negative, I'm going to the left. Okay, just the way the numbers are on the number line even. If I'm going on the y number, the y coordinate, if it's positive, I'm going up, and if it's negative, I'm going down. Okay, so that's on the y. The y part of the ordered pair is the y axis. Okay, and it says if I go up, it's going to be positive. If I go down, it's going to be negative. Each time, you're going to start here at 0, 0, which is considered the origin. Okay, so you can see right here, starting from the origin, which has the ordered pair of 0, 0. Okay, all directions are based on that. Okay, so let's take a look at point A here. It's negative 3, 4. So starting in the center, the negative 3 is the x. Okay, so I got to go over negative 3. Now, I'm not going to put a point there. I'm going to put a point once I get to the end of the y. So the y is 4, so I'm going to go up 2, 3 to the 4. That's where I'm going to put a single point. And that would be labeled then point A. B, again, starting in the center. And some people will do this, like this is going to be to the right, and this is going to be down. Okay, if it's positive on the x is going right. If it's negative on the y, it's going down. Okay, so again, starting at the center, I'm going to go over 5 and down 2, and there's my point B. Point C, starting in the center, negative 1, negative 5. Again, you don't put a point on your way there. You are going to put a point after you've gone both directions. Letter D is at 3, 4, so positive 3, positive 4. You'll notice I'm putting the point at kind of the crosshairs of where the graph lines go. Now, these last two are two that usually get students all confused. But if you just remember, the 0 means I'm not going to move. So if the 0 is first, starting in the center here, that means that's the x value. I'm not going to move left or right. I'm just going to stay right here. And then the y tells me negative 6, so I'm going to come down here. There's my negative 6, and that's where point E would be, right on the y-axis. The second one, F, is at 6, 0. So again, the first number tells me where I go on the x, and I have a 6 there. So I'm going to go over 6. The y is 0, so I'm not going to go up or down, so I'm going to leave my point right there on the x-axis, and that would be point F. So there's lots of different ways that people can remember that, but if you just continue to follow those directions of left and right and up and down, you shouldn't have any troubles. All right, on the second part, it's just the reverse of that. So if I'm given a point, can I write the ordered pair? Ordered pair goes right here. Sometimes they will call it the coordinates. Okay, so G, which is right here. So I have to figure out if I start here at 0, if I start at 0, to get to G, I have to move left and right first. I have to move the x axis first. So I'm going to go over and then up to G. Okay, so on the x-axis, I went positive 2, and then I went up positive 1. So my point would be at 2, 1. Letter H, again, to get to that point, I'm going to start at the center. To get to H, I'm going to go all the way over to here and then down to H. So that path would be negative 6 and then down to negative 4. I, okay, start at the center. The path to get there is negative 4. And then I didn't move off that, so my second part is going to be at 0. Okay, see if we can do it without the path making. So J is going to start at 0, 0. I'm going to go over 6 and down 2. So over 6 is positive, down 2 is negative 2. Okay, K, oh, this is one of those special ones because it's on the y-axis. So if I start in the center, do I go left or right? No. So that X part is going to be 0 and down to negative 3. L, follow the path. If I go left 3, so that's a negative 3. I'm going up 4, so that's a positive 4. So that's just maybe a quick review on how to plot those points, and that will become important as we move into some slope work.